Alright, so, hello. I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna be doing my 2024 predictions. So we're gonna see what the year has in store for the world and for the US and for certain celebrities. I'm basically just going to be going off of what pops into my head and, what I want to ask about. So, I guess I will just start off with, I'll ask, is Donald Trump going to become the Republican nominee? Well, I think it's very clear from these cards that he will be the nominee. It's going to spark like a lot of nostalgia in people because it will be like deja vu. And a lot of people will be celebrating that he is the nominee, and a lot of people will be very hopeful. So I'll just ask what's going to happen with Joe Biden in 2024. Well, sorry, this is not sitting flat. Okay. Well, what I'm getting from these cards is that I do think that there could be a situation where Kamala might take over for him for maybe a short period of time. And it would be, a very swift takeover. And then there's going to be this sort of situation where there might be like a scrambling to find a new candidate for the election. They're going to, have many different options, but that's kind of what I'm seeing is that like they're going to have to choose someone new. So that, kind of leads me to believe that maybe something with Joe's health is going to happen. So yeah, that's pretty much what I see from those cards. I'll ask if Joe Biden is not going to be the person who runs, who will be the Democratic nominee? Okay, so I think that it's going to be a close call between two different people. Where one person is just going to squeak by the other one, in popularity, I guess, and would get the nomination. I want to say that it's a man that is going to get the nomination, but if it's not a man, then it's a very hard-hitting woman. I don't even know if that's the right word to say, hard-hitting, but just somebody who is really well-spoken, has their stuff together, but is also very like charismatic and empathetic. Actually, that's probably the biggest thing about this person is that they're very empathetic. So whoever it is, that's why I guess I'm kind of feeling like it could be a woman also, because there is this like emotional side to this person where that's how they will appeal to people. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be between two different people, and one person's going to come out on top. But yeah, that's kind of all I'm getting from this card so far. So I guess I will just ask if Trump is going to win the 2024 election. Well, from these cards, I do think that he would win. What's going to get him in office is the economy, the state of the economy. He's going to promise big things for the economy, and people are going to really need it and want that, and so they're going to, be very on board with what he's selling. I also feel like this time around, he might be a little bit softer in terms of being empathetic and maybe being less like as a bully, and he might try to appeal to people's heartstrings more. And maybe he would do that using the economy, saying, look, I know you all have been hurting, and I just want to make your lives better, and I want to put money back in your pocket and that sort of thing. So that, could win him a lot of votes. All right, I'll ask what's going to happen with the war in Israel. Okay, I see that there's going to be some third party that's going to try to come in and try to help people make peace. And truly both sides are going to be very skeptical of this, not trusting of this. I think this person would, or people, or country basically, would be trying to build a bridge between them, trying to offer equal equal riches in a sense, and I just don't know from these cards per se if they'll go for it. It kind of feels like they might initially go for it and then maybe retract after that and be like, no, I actually don't trust this, or something like that. Like the bickering, I think, would still go on even after, if there was a initial peace treaty or something like that. I'll ask if World War III is really going to begin this year. I don't know, this is interesting. I feel like despite what we see on the news and all this sort of thing, that there could be, and this is also probably stemming from, what I just talked about with Israel, is that there just could be some cooperation, people trying to work together to get on the same page, not being irrational, and thinking of it in terms of money. So thinking of it as well, we need to maintain our good relationships because we all want to make money and work together to make money. And so there is going to be some sort of cooperation between countries, and trying, I think, to not go into that realm or that world of blowing each other's smithereens, like that sort of thing. What's going to happen with China and Iran and Russia? Yeah. See, and so, what I just talked about, that there's going to be some sort of cooperation and that it's not going to get too far in terms of war because it's going to be issues with money. These countries are going to experience something with money. So a loss of money due to like the sort of like I think of the devil as it's like the card of vices, like, and these countries they've been playing with fire. Like their whole thing right now is, dipping their toe into war. Russia and China, Russia meaning they were taking Ukraine. China keeps saying they're going to take Taiwan. Iran getting in the business with Israel, all that sort of stuff. And so these people they're dabbling in their vices. And I think that there's going to be a situation where other countries are going to start trying to cut them off financially, and they're just going to feel some sort of squeeze in their money situation, and then I think it will change their whole tune. Let's see about what's going to happen with Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETF. Okay, so this is interesting in that I feel like the Bitcoin ETF and Bitcoin is going to get very popular. There's going to be a huge boom in the cost of it. It's going to go up for sure. But there's a situation here where there's definitely some people that are skeptical of it and they don't trust it. They're not willing to invest their money in it, and they're waiting for something better. And so even though it's going to go up, I think there's a lot of people that are going to be thinking to themselves, this is not sustainable. This is not something that will continue. And so there's just going to be it's going to be a little divided this year, where there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be saying, well, we're making a lot of money over here. And there's going to be other people that are going to be like, I think you're going to lose your shirt, Let's see what's going to happen with Ripple. Okay, so this is interesting because I did a prediction once before about Ripple, and what I said was that, it would be in your best interest to just hold on to it, and it's going to take a long time to get where it is going. And what I see here is that that's what they're doing. They are this is the card that represents like sowing what you reap, you know. So it's like they are planting the seeds, and they're doing it in an aggressive manner. So they are going, and I'm sure if you follow this information at all, that they, you know, are going after banks and governments and corporations and all that sort of stuff. So they are aggressive in what they're doing, but it's still in its infancy. It's they're building it. And what's interesting with this card is that they are keeping it kind of a secret. So somehow they are keeping maybe the real value of it, or you know, more sort of proprietary information about it. Whatever it is, they are keeping it at bay from the public knowing. They're doing a good job of keeping that stuff under wraps. And so, yeah, I mean, I would just suggest to continue to hold if you have Ripple, and maybe buy some more, because, you know, I do feel like once it's like they're waiting, like, until it's ready, until it's matured, which makes me think that at some point, possibly, like, the true value of it will come out and people might be surprised. So Ripple's definitely one to keep your eye on. Let's ask about natural disasters. Are we going to have any big ones in 2024? I actually think 2024 might be maybe a kind of a quiet year for natural disasters. Not to say that there won't be any. There will be a few, but they'll be on the smaller scale. Mostly, you know, we'll have steady weather and steady I guess just status quo or whatever. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else world-wise. I would like to know what's going to happen in Canada. Is Trudeau going to get voted out when his time comes? Well, unfortunately, this is not the greatest news, but I mean, I feel like he would be staying in office. And there might be a lot of people that would say that he's cheated somehow. That he, you know, somehow harvested ballots or whatever, you know, however somebody would cheat. But yeah, because he's also going to be very standoffish when it comes to people confronting him about it, you know, so he's not going to be very talkative about it, which, you know, is going to, I think, grow people's suspicions even further. Let's see what's going to happen with North Korea. I just feel like North Korea is gonna have a real rough year. And I mean that in terms of the people of Korea. You know, they're gonna feel cheated, they're gonna feel defeated, they're gonna feel emotional. I mean, the only good news about this is that this sort of sentiment on a grand scale could lead to revolution in some way, if at all possible. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of downtrodden, depressed people. What's going to happen with King? I can never say his name. King Eun-jun, the leader of North Korea. Yeah, he's gonna present himself as this great creator, this great doer, this person that gets things done and creates wealth and happiness and health for his people. And what's interesting is that he doesn't truly feel that way in his own head. Like, in his own head, he's very insecure. So he doesn't know what the right thing to do is, and doesn't know what choices to really make, and questions himself and questions his authority, and is very stuck in his own head and doesn't see a way out a lot of times, or the right way to do things. And so he beats himself up, you know, in private. So that's interesting. Show me what's going to happen with Javier Milei, the guy who, now I'm forgetting what country he just became president of, but we'll see. Well, this certainly says that I think that the people are going to like what he does. I think they'll keep him in office for longer than at least one term. He's going to be very secretive about the things that he's doing. He's going to do a lot of things behind closed doors. And not to say that that's bad, just that I think he doesn't want people reading into the things he does, or criticizing the things he does in the media, or whatever, you know, you would have it. But I think he just doesn't want a lot of prying eyes to every little thing he's working on. And what's interesting is that he will restore balance to his country. And he will restore the essentials, the essential needs of his people. That's why they're going to keep him in office. Okay, I guess we can move on to celebrities. Let's see what's going to happen with Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. Well, I do see that their wish is to get pregnant. It does seem like there's been difficulty doing that. And there could come a swift resolution to this, which could mean that, like, they just randomly get pregnant, after trying for so long, or it could be anything from, like, they try IVF or they get a surrogate, whatever it is, but I think they're going to try to do like a swift resolution to the problem. Show me what's going to happen with Selena and Benny Blanco. Selena Gomez. I feel like this relationship is going to be very transformative for both of them. I just really see them being happy and having strong feelings for each other and feeling like they have victory in finding each other or being with each other. And I think this relationship is really going to show them, both of them, what, love is. Alright, I'm going for it. Show me what is going to happen with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Well, I do think that there could be trouble in paradise. I'm just not entirely sure if this, means that they would break up, because I kind of feel like I also am kind of feeling like, based on these cards, that there could be an engagement as well. Which seems weird to say, but I feel like because the Justice card is here, it's like getting the law involved, you know what I mean? So, engagement, marriage. So I don't know if that means that they might have a short-lived engagement. There's definitely, and I've had this come up in a different reading with Taylor in the past, there's definitely fear on her part about being with somebody, having a partner, and intertwining her money with somebody else. Like, she does not want somebody to have control over her money. In her mind, she made that money, it's hers, like, nobody can take it. And that may just be an irrational fear of hers that could crop up some problems between them. But maybe it's something that they could work through, and, you just get a prenup or whatever, and it would be fine. But I don't know, there just is a little bit something brewing, I think that has to do with her money, but maybe that they would, work through it and be engaged, or possibly it could lead to a breakup, or a short-lived engagement. But there's just something a little strange there. Let's see what's going to happen with J-Lo and Ben Affleck. Okay, well, I see here, like, they are content as a couple. I think there's an issue, though, with Ben, and it has nothing to do with J-Lo. It's just his own depression, his own mental issues. I know he's talked about disliking being a celebrity, so he just has a really hard time dealing with these sorts of things, and I think that's why we keep seeing them have like intense conversations, and people think like that they're mad at each other, but I think it's like he's just so volatile when it comes to dealing with like his own mental stuff. And so what's great for him being with J-Lo is I see that from this card that she's willing to talk it out and just listen to him and offer him advice and offer him, sympathy or empathy. And so it's just that dynamic, in their relationship. But other than that, I mean, I don't see any problems with the relationship. I feel like they are very content to be with each other. So. Let's see. Show me what's going to happen with Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. Yeah, I feel like, and a lot of people have pointed out that this could be a pattern of hers, that she's going to be content to be with him, to stay with him, until she finds like a bigger, better deal. So somebody that she, likes better, or is, cuter, or has a better situation, whatever it is, like she will always like go for the new thing that is the new guy she finds and thinks is all that. So that is that. I think they'll probably split at some point. I'm not saying they're splitting in 2024, but just at some point. Let's see what's going to happen with Kim Kardashian. Okay, I see that Kim will probably get into a new relationship that she will really enjoy. This person will be a good match for her. And she's just going to have to do a lot of dealing with other people, just like putting out fires of other people, like probably stuff that Kanye's going to go through, rumors that, go around about her or, her family, whatever it is. But her love life's going to be great. But yeah, she's just going to have to continue to keep rumors at bay and people talking smack about her and whatever. All right, so let's ask what's going to happen with Kanye West. Well, he's going to continue to speak his mind and get himself in trouble for that. And he is still heartbroken over losing Kim. And I don't think he's going to be quiet about it. I think, like, he'll put out music about it. Yeah. Like, Kim was his holy grail, and he lost it. So, and also this could indicate that he could break his current wife's heart. Because of his situation with Kim and how he feels about Kim. And there also could be something that she might want children with Kanye, and he might not want children with his new wife. So that's interesting. Let's see what is gonna happen with Miley Cyrus. Well, I think Miley Cyrus is going to be just working really hard on new projects, new music. For some reason, she's going to be like in her head about something, worried about something. I don't know what that would be, but maybe worried that people aren't going to like her new stuff. Not maybe she thinks maybe like people won't be accepting of it. I don't know, but other than that, she's just going to be working. Let's see what's going to happen with Kelly Clarkson. Well, she's certainly going to have a lot of things going on in her life. A lot of projects. She's going to be busy with work. There could be a situation where she might have to deal with people judging her decisions in some way, but I see that she wouldn't care very much about what people have to say. I think she just would walk away from any, drama that people would try to bring her way. But then also, I just see her walking away from anything that doesn't serve her. She's just like over anything that is just not for her highest good. Show me what's going to happen with Taraji P. Henson, because she knows there was the whole controversy with Oprah. Okay, well, I mean, from these cards, like, I definitely see the icy relationship with Oprah. So, I mean, unfortunately, I just think they just, for some reason, butted heads, and they're just not very friendly. But I do see, though, that even though, like, they're not as friendly as, I guess they once were or whatever, I do see that Oprah, like, definitely would still try to lift her up, would still try to elevate her to a higher level in the industry. So she still has her back. It's just, they're just not very friendly with each other. And I feel like Taraji will get to a higher level, like, because she speaks her mind, because she's able to express what she was feeling, and then she can get people to listen and change the way that they hire her or interact with her. So let's see what's gonna happen. I'm trying to think of who's in the pop culture news these days. What's gonna happen with Leonardo DiCaprio? Well, I think Leo might have a situation where he might have to deal with a little bit of hate from people, defending himself. So this could be due to his love life choices. There's just going to be a lot of chaos surrounding that. I do see that he's going to be working a lot, though. He's going to be juggling probably several different projects. Also trying to decide like what projects he should invest in. Also, he could have issues just in his work world dealing with different people on different projects, people bickering about the project itself or the money or, whatever it is. But there, I think I do see like his work world will be a little bit chaotic. I think not his love life per se itself, but it's like what will be chaotic for him is like if he leaves another girl and starts dating another girl, like people are gonna scrutinize it a lot. Okay. I'll say let's see what's gonna happen with Will Smith. Well, I see Will Smith is going to have a hard time sort of getting back to work and getting back to the level that he was at. I see that he feels a lot of shame for what he did, him slapping Chris Rock. And I think he's probably doing a lot of retreating, a lot of spiritual work on himself to try to understand, why that happened and maybe trying to just make peace with it. I do see him kind of jumping into this sort of spiritual side wholeheartedly, like without any reservations. And I think like he's gonna go that route because work is so hard right now. So he's sort of like being like, okay, I'll just hit pause on work and I will go and try to find some sort of spiritual peace. I also see that from these cards alone, I don't necessarily see him like splitting from Jada, but I do kind of see him trying to like find out who he is without her. Which maybe could possibly in the future lead to a breakup, but it's like right now, I think, like I get from these cards, like there's kind of like a iciness from Jada, and he's sort of like, okay, well then I'm gonna go explore me and invest in me and figure out who I am. And I really don't feel like she cares. And like, I know that's like sad to say, but I think she would be like, okay, fine, go do your thing. So hopefully Will, find who he is and maybe even decide to live his best life. So that's all I have for my 2024 predictions. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if there's anybody I missed that you really want to know about, I can do a quick reading and put it in the comments. Or, you know, if you guys have enough suggestions, maybe I'll do a part 2. So just let me know, and take care and have a great 2024, and let me know if you have anybody that you'd like me to do a reading on, or if you'd like a personal reading yourself. All right, thanks. Bye.